The Chargers are 2-0 in the preseason after beating New Orleans 27-13. The star of the game was Chargers rookie cornerback Eric Rodgers from Rutgers. Rodgers had 2 interceptions. He ran back 43 yards for a touchdown. The Chargers play the Rams Saturday afternoon at SoFi. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford is scheduled to practice Monday for the first time in training camp if he's healthy. Stafford is trying to recover from a slipped disc in his lower back. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we aim to foster enlightening, sustainable, restorative dialogue, and we welcome unapologetically progressive viewpoints that empower fellow citizens. We are now accepting submissions for KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorials like this one.
With the KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Recently, I listened to a Tavis Smiley Show conversation with James Farr. James said something that caught me off guard. Black Altadena is gone. My community is being murdered. I said murdered.
All you have to do is go to our website homepage at KBLA1580.com and click on the icon that says KBLA Guest Editorials to learn more about our editorial standards and content submission guidelines. As long as the topic aligns with our mission, we are happy to review your submission and consider it for broadcast. We can't make any promises, but we want to amplify progressive perspectives that are community-focused and solution-oriented. So, go to KBLA1580.com right now to download all the information you need about our guest editorials. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
21, oh, life has just begun. Got a temper like a gun, pointing it at everyone. That's his game, and it helps him to get through the day. But a voice inside him says, how much longer can I play? He's got infinite possibilities, I can see them now. It's the unbroken chains of his past by which he's bound.
It's time to set our intentions, set our self-care, and find our focus. This is Mindful Mondays with Saharah Ali on KBLA Talk 1580.
What a way to start our week. Let's see. Hip-hop's birthday, Miles Lowe's birthday, last day of Mercury retrograde, except for we're going into the retro shade. The angelversary of Ezel Ford, and I know there's more. But it's still a week, and we are walking through it mindfully thanks to Mindful Mondays with astrologer, numerologist, yoga instructor, meditation teacher, sound healer, and sound bathologist, Saharah Ali. Good morning.
Good morning, Dominique, and good morning, KBLA family. Welcome to Mindful Monday, where we get our minds right for the week by setting positive intentions to honor our mind and body through meditation, prayer, and affirmation as we step unapologetically into our week, being on purpose with our power, wisdom, truth, and faith. We're under the celestial influence of Mars in Libra until September 23rd, yielding a poetic dance with power and emotional management. Mars represents, ruled by Libra, love and diplomacy, challenging inner peace, aiding personal empowerment, honoring emotional management. And as we deal with emotional management in a Mercury wobble with this Mars and Libra, will be very interesting. The process is achieving self-empowerment is to acknowledge inner peace. And that's how we, with inner peace, we achieve self-empowerment. Also, releasing the lies we tell ourselves regarding relationships and how we honor our truth and feelings. And so Mars and Libra is bringing all of this to the forefront, and our call to action is to let go of being passive-aggressive and to open the space for adult conversations and agreeing to disagree. So today I invite you to take the journey into the world behind your eyes, softening our hearts and releasing ego to hear our soul's wisdom and unapologetically embrace innate truth, releasing all things blocking self-empowerment. So, we're going to be in this vibration until September 23rd, and so just know it will be challenging. So as we go into our meditation today, remember that you are in control of your emotions and you have the power to change your mind, to change your life. So with that, let's go forward and lean into our Mindful Monday meditation. So take a breath. Take a breath, anchoring your feet, grounding yourself to earth, connecting to the roots of your soul, and opening yourself to personal empowerment, aligning with love of self. So just breathe. Breathe and be here now in this moment, open to wisdom from the Most High. Allow yourself to release, relax, and let go. And as you move through our Mindful Monday meditation today, take your power back. Be willing to take your power back from any person, place, or thing, anything impeding your wholeness. Keep that as your center and relax. Relax, calling on the power of divine wisdom, opening your heart and mind to self, being right here, right now, and breathe. Breathe, mindfully connecting to the center of truth within you. Allow yourself to relax and let go. Just breathe and be right here, right now, calming your mind, letting go of the lies you tell yourself about helplessness, about your anger, about your frustration. Just breathe and relax and be on purpose right here, right now, open to empower yourself, open to be willing to say no, to say yes to yourself. Breathe and be in this moment, finding your inner truth. Finding your inner truth as you connect to your breath. And connecting to your breath, lean into divine self-love. Listen for clarity with every breath, for guidance towards empowerment, for guidance towards inner strength. Allow yourself to relax and be the power of self-love and let go of vanity, let go of judgment, let go of fear. Just breathe and call on your angels and your ancestors as you surrender all things blocking peace, all things blocking harmony, all things blocking the manifestation of your highest good. Just breathe, relax, feel centered, and embrace divine guidance, aiding personal empowerment. How willing are you to say no, to say yes to yourself, to find stillness in this moment, and to open to inner peace, open to attracting miracles in your life, right here, right now, as you breathe in our Mindful Monday meditation. Relax, breathe, feel centered, and allow yourself to breathe in and feel bold and ready to live your best life. And as you exhale, honor self-love with grace, promising yourself to be unapologetic in love with all of who you are. Just breathe and be in love with all of who you are and be on purpose with it. Breathe, relax, feel centered, feel grounded. And open yourself right here, right now, and listen with an open heart, feeling mentally and emotionally empowered, believing all things are always unfolding in your favor. Breathe, quieting your mind to receive our Mindful Monday affirmation for the week as you sit anchored in your power. Listen with an open heart and in your mind. Our Mindful Monday affirmation for the week. Today, I give myself permission to pick up my power, honoring self-love, trusting God's will to manifest in my life with ease. Today, I give myself permission to pick up my power, honoring self-love, trusting God's will to manifest in my life with grace and ease. Sit with that and allow yourself to be open as you breathe and relax, bringing your awareness back to present time, giving yourself permission to pick up your power and honor self-love, trusting God's will to manifest in your life with grace and ease. Trust yourself, honor yourself, bring your awareness back, feeling empowered and focused and open for your blessings. Thank you, Dominique and Tavis and Miles and the 1580 KBLA family. Remember this week, hold the space to be unapologetically mindful, honoring self-love.
Okay, I got some questions, Saharah Ali. A few of them, actually. You said it's time to let go of being passive-aggressive and have adult conversations. So no sneaky disses, no little, side under your breath, backstabby comments. In other words, confronting whatever is upsetting you or whatever needs to be addressed as one adult to another, rather than acting like we're in junior high school. Is that a fair assessment of what you just said?
Right, because any action like that is a form of deception. To thy own self be true. And if you're not true to yourself with somebody, then you're in a superficial relationship. And superficial relationships blind you to situations where you are not dealing with the truth, and somebody can throw shade or stab you in the back, and then boom, bang, surprise, you're ready to go dust something up.
Boom, bang, surprise, right. Well, I love that, though, that idea that being passive-aggressive is being deceptive. I mean, I never looked at it that way. I'm not saying I ever have any passive-aggressive tendencies, but it is a form of deception.
Well, what's wrong with speaking truth, Dominique? Put that on the table. I mean, I've been accused of being hard and unfair, but, it is our job to be truthful to ourselves. So if we're deceptive with other people, how honest are we?
I don't know about unfair, but you can definitely be tough. And I've had my passive aggressive moments. Maybe it's that Cancer rising, Cancer moon. I don't know. But when you put it like that, like it's a form of being deceptive, that's really deep. It's like, am I deceiving myself? Am I deceiving my loved ones? It's a good argument for letting that go.
It's a lie. So you think, what is the lie I'm telling myself in regard to this situation? So if you're lying to yourself, where's the truth of your wholeness being expressed in front of someone or in a situation? So if you lie to tell yourself to be engaged with an activity or conversation with someone, and sometimes it's hard to be straightforward, but at some point you have to be honest about what is the reality you're dealing with. If not, you're in a deceptive situation, and then how are you going to get to the essence of the wholeness? How are you going to get to the truth of a situation if you are sitting there honoring, lying to yourself or lying to somebody else?
I mean, and a lot of times, I think for myself, and I also observe this in my own father, it comes from shyness. We're super out there when we're on the mic, when it's my radio show or I'm on stage or when my dad's doing poetry. Boy, we're bold and, but when it comes to personal one-on-one situations, we're more shy. And
shy has nothing to do with the lie you tell yourself, okay?
See, there she goes being tough. She goes being tough. That's the tough part.
You can say like, okay, I'm shy, but in the reality, are you really shy? No, you are just being a little passive-aggressive in the moment because you're holding back your truth. So name it how you want to, dress it up how you want to.
Saharah, can you stay with me? Because I really should try to stay on schedule. I'm being straightforward. Can you stay with me? Because I have a couple more questions.
Me all riled up. Yeah, I will stay with you today since I'm all hot right now.
Just forgive me if you just at least give me news, traffic, and sport. Look, Jerry Anderson says, Dominique DiPrima, we love you, but sometimes ... never mind. See, was that passive aggressive? Put it on the table, Jerry. Say what you mean what you say. We continue this when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's one question every couple needs to answer. What if something happens to us? Kids, a house, a life you've built, but no estate plan? That's a risk you don't want to take. With Trust and Will, it's fast, secure, and easy to protect what matters most. Start your plan today at trustandwill.com. Use code RADIO to save 20%. Check it off your list. One less thing to worry about. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
This is Secret Clinical Dominating Extra Stinky Stress Sweat. And this is regular deodorant. Secret Clinical in a heat wave.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
This is regular deodorant.
Ugh, I can't.
Secret Clinical with workout sweat.
Let's run another marathon.
And regular deodorant.
How much more?
Secret is the GOAT. Because nothing fights sweat better.
Stay fresher under pressure.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Okay, Saharah Ali, I guess we putting you to work today. A couple questions in the chat. I got a couple questions, but so one of them was when you were talking about letting go of being passive aggressive and having these adult conversations, emotional management and acknowledgement of inner peace. You were saying that it may be a bit challenging through September 23rd. What is that, Mars and Libra that lasts through September 23rd? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yay.
Because you look at Libra is diplomacy. Libra is balance. Libra sometimes is a passive aggressive dynamic, but Mars is going to be in Mars. Like Mars is going to be in Libra, so it's transiting together. And Mars is the warrior. Mars is, power. And Venus is, Libra is ruled by Venus, so it's an opposite aspect, masculine, feminine. And so the masculine is going to be combined with the feminine, bringing more power to clarity of personal love and self-love and empowerment. And so when Mars is present in any type of situation, it brings forth aggression, it brings forth power, it brings forth a little bit of impatience, but it also, with conjunct Venus right now, it gives you an opportunity to go within and to face truth and to give yourself permission to feel empowered about loving yourself, loving who you are, loving your life, and, not blacking down. It's like understanding you have a voice, that your feelings matter, and that you are important, and you don't want to be stepped over. So, you may be in the supermarket and hear little ruckus and stuff like that. It's like, what's that mantra? I'm mad as hell. I ain't gonna take it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that's the frequency.
So Andre Parvenu is asking about I don't even know what this means, but apparently he does. The heliacal rise of Sirius, which is occurring tonight and visible in the southeast skies.
Right. The fixed star Sirius is it's the eye of Taurus. And so when this is a rare alignment that takes place, it takes a minute to get there. And so what it does is opens the gate for abundance. That you hear the thing is Lion's Gate. And so this gate of abundance. And so if you think about the celestial influences as above, so below, and the frequencies that take place, it's like seeing somebody's aura. And so the aura of this transit or this alignment of the stars, like 8 planets lined up, it opens the space for manifestation. It opens the space for reframing your value system. But it also gives us an opportunity to understand that we are co-creator of our reality, and as we think, so shall it be. So under this transit, which is a vibration, we will feel it for a while, like everything has, it's more than just in the moment, because planets are slow and they move slow. But in this transit that's going on, we have an opportunity to really change our minds, to change our lives, and to also see our power of positive thinking manifest something good in our lives. And so with this also, it gives us an opportunity to really think about how valuable are we, and how are we willing to celebrate the value of who we are, and how willing are we to step into the clarity that we matter. And we matter on many different levels, but what do we do with that awareness of how we matter? And so this is a time to really step into what makes your heart sing, and to engage in projects that will yield happiness, peace of mind, abundance, freedom. So I suggest clean it up. Clean out a closet, clean out your glove compartment, clean out your car, make space for what it is that you want to manifest in your life. It is a very mystical, magical thing. I mean, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say this, and I'm not advocating this. Well, let me frame it, because I was going to say, well, you go play lotto, but I'm not going to do that to anybody. But what can happen is that you can finally find fulfillment in some things that you've been seeking for a while. And if you are honest with yourself and true with what you're claiming, it can unfold for you real easy. So this Lion Gates energy, because you have the courage of the Leo sun, you have the whole alignment of these planets opening this gate of manifestation, allowing positive energy to flow and to bring clarity. So the biggest thing is to maybe make a wish list. What would you like to manifest in your life over the next 30 days? Or what would you like to manifest in your life in a year? And think about, when I have people make a list of what they want to manifest, who are they willing to be to receive it? What do you have to let go of so that you have space for this to unfold? So if you're looking for more peace in your relationship, then look at what is the self-love and the peace you have within yourself, especially with Mars in Libra. Yeah. If you're looking for more abundance, well, look at your belief around money. Is money your friend? Do you make money your friend? Do you respect the energy of money? Because money is a relationship and it flows, and, dollars have signs on it to make it flow. So if you're in deprivation consciousness, how are you going to manifest? So you have to change your mind to change your life. So if in this Lion Gate frequency, it is about changing the mindset that creates limitation so that you can open yourself to more abundance, more happiness, more freedom.
I'm rushing you because we only have 3 minutes till news, traffic, and sports. And I wanted you to speak on hip hop's birthday, if you have anything to say about that. It's Miles's birthday, but it's also, yeah, says the girl who used to work at a record label. Yeah, happy birthday, Miles.
Right. And so hip hop is having a birthday. Yay. And so I did the astrology chart of hip hop. And hip-hop is having a Chiron return. And so hip-hop is a Leo. It has a moon in Capricorn. It has Mercury in Leo. So all of this power is about creativity. It's about expression. And it's in the 10th house. And the transit that it's having right now is Pluto is there saying we will not be denied. the gift and expansion of the tool that this has provided for people who believe in their creativity and who believe that they have a voice and who were willing and are still willing to send out the message, because hip-hop has its roots in the teachers, in the sages, in the African tradition of speaking truth and telling stories. And so this hip-hop has morphed itself into telling stories. And you think about all the wealth that it has created and all the freedom that it has given people to listen and to open their hearts and to empower. And so celebrating the birthday of hip-hop, let's hope we allow it to continue to not just be an art form for creating abundance for people who are willing to go out there and speak, but let's continue to use it as a tool to open our minds, to open our hearts, and to practice having a voice and telling stories that empower and telling stories that lift us up, and to give us an opportunity to take ownership of our ancestral connection to the drums, to the healers, to the teachers, to the storytellers, to the sages, and to all of those who are willing to stand on the front line and speak loud with the drums and the beats and our voice and our power that we have as messengers, because that is the essence of hip-hop if we go back to the truth of it. How are we willing to be a messenger in our music and tell our truth and get past more than the shadow side of it, but to celebrate the gift that it has given us and the freedom that it has allowed us to have, and to think about what it created, a culture of hair, a culture of dressing, and the abundance that it has given people of color a voice and a place. We own this. This is ours.
Yeah, well said. The art, the music, the fashion, the dance, the so many aspects of a whole culture. As someone pointed out in the chat, not just rap, I think that was Kwamel, but the entire culture itself. Saharah Ali, thank you for staying with me a little longer today. I know you have a busy day on Mondays. Full of folks looking for sound healing, sound baths, life coaching, meditation, yoga. If you want to find out what Saharah Ali is up to, well, go to SaharahAli.com. Oh, guess who I met last night in live and in person, Saharah Ali? I met Elise. Finally. I've been giving out her number on the air so many years. I finally met her.
Put herself out there like that.
Yes, I finally met her in person. So if you want to hook up with Saharah, call Elise 213-628-9783. I can now say with authority, the lovely Elise at 213-628-9783. Saharah Ali, thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you all. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And remember, think about what you want, not what you don't want. And stay empowered. Stay in your life. Stay in your truth. And don't be passive-aggressive about the wisdom you carry, celebrating your wholeness.
News, traffic, and sports, then call me. KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News. Now, as students return back to school, parents will likely post lots of pictures and videos on social media platforms. Kira Delville with the Miami Police say there are some pieces of information parents may want to leave out.
Avoid putting your child's full name. Avoid putting the name of the school or the grade. Keep the information very vague because strangers could use this information to gain trust with your child, and we don't know what their motives are.
2 HBCU grads have created an app to help people expunge their records. Lawrence Blackman and Roger Roman launched a platform that can help users file a petition without a lawyer. The app is called Legalese. And Weapons is scaring up a huge opening weekend at the box office. The horror film earned $42.5 million in its first 3 days. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The LA Sparks got another W Sunday night. The Sparks' 94-91 win last night over the Seattle Storm is their 10th win in the last 13 games. Derica Hamby converted a layup with 5.6 seconds left in the fourth quarter to seal it. The Sparks at 15-16 have a chance to reach 500 for the first time since May 18th. They play the defending WNBA champs, the New York Liberty, Tuesday night at Crypto.com Arena. The Chargers are 2-0 in the preseason after beating New Orleans 27-13. The star of the game was Chargers rookie cornerback Eric Rodgers from Rutgers. Rodgers had 2 interceptions. He ran back 43 yards for a touchdown. The Chargers play the Rams Saturday afternoon at SoFi. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford is scheduled to practice Monday for the first time in training camp if he's healthy. Stafford is trying to recover from a slipped disc in his lower back. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only Amylah 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio. KBLA Talk 1580.
2 years ago, a friend of mine asked me to say some MC rhyme, so I said this rhyme I'm about to say. The rhyme was there, but then it went this way. Took a test to become an MC, and Orange Cliff became amazed at me, so Larry put me inside the Scat to Lack. The chauffeur drove off and we never came back. Dave cut the record down to the bone, and now they got me rocking on the microphone, and then we're talking autographs and tears and laughs, champagne, caviar, and bubble bath. You see, that's the life that I lead, and you sucker MCs is who I feed. So take that and move back, catch a heart attack, because there's nothing in the world that run no level like a cold chill at a party in the b-boy stand, and rock on the mic and make the girls wanna dance, fly like a dove and come from up above. I'm rocking on the mic and you call me Run Love.
KBLA Talk 1580. Happy birthday, hip hop. Okay, I'm disputing that hip hop's birthday is I'm not disputing hip hop is a Leo, but I'm disputing that 52-year mark. I think it is probably more like 60 plus years, but whatever. I'm not an expert. DJ Premier said happy birthday hip hop on his Instagram. Who am I to dispute DJ Premier? But in any case, I am disputing him kinda. I wouldn't do it in person, though. I'd be passive-aggressive, LOL.
Mine's gay.
Just kidding. Sucker MCs. Yes, no sucker MCs on my mics today, but you're welcome to call me. It's Miles's birthday. It's hip-hop birthday. You reminded me, Miles, that Nipsey Hussle's birthday is Friday.
Yes, Neighborhood Nip.
He has the same B-Day as Maxine Waters, our congresswoman. That's a fierce B-Day right there. And my sister Lisa's birthday, Lisa Jones.
Come on now.
Writer extraordinaire and fiery Leo person. Yeah, it's Leo season for real, for real. So, look, I'll celebrate hip-hop's birthday today and 10 years before that and whenever, it's all good. It's a constant B-Day. So, update on the Thursday naming. Okay, so.
Yes. Yes, that's what I forgot. We forgot to talk about that.
Update on Thursday naming. Yeah, so we put, Miles made graphics. We put up a poll on my Instagram. It's at diprimaradio. Please like, follow, subscribe, and talk smack while you're there. And we listed the names that were submitted in a timely manner. We still got people putting in names, so maybe I put them up there unofficially. It's also on Twitter. All you have to do is comment your favorite. Some people have already been sending new names. Judicially Affirmed said we should do Throwback Thursday. Throwback Thursday. I mean, it's kind of been done, but it's a tradition. Who said Thirst Trap Thursday? I think that was Paul. I don't know. People are still giving their submissions. But the way we're doing it, you guys are voting in the comments. So if you can comment on Twitter, comment on Instagram, or even comment in the YouTube chat. We're tallying all of those comments. The top 2 vote getters will face off on Thursday in our YouTube chat.
Fight to the death.
Fight to the death. Should we do it in the YouTube chat and on Instagram? The top 2 vote getters.
Let's do this. I think here's what we should do. Let's control it right here. All right. Only accepting official votes on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay.
Right. We actually count the comments.
Okay.
Pick one. Don't pick 3 or 4. Don't try to change.
Everybody's picking 3 or 4. This is not ranked choice voting. Just pick one.
Hey, just pick one. Just play along with us. Pick one. And then Thursday we'll have the duel to the death for.
Right, Thursday duel to the death. Right. It'll be between the top 2 vote getters.
Right.
Now, whoever wins, they get bragging rights, but they're also going to get a knowledge pack of cool books from First Things First. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go raid Tavis's library. No, you should see all the books that man has. I have a lot too, by the way. We're gonna raid me and Tavis's library and put back together a knowledge pack for you. And yes, Amylah, you're getting your own knowledge pack, not because you need it. I think you read more than most, but because you started this whole contest beef, non-passive aggressive quest to give Lonely Little Thursday a name. Because every other day of the week has a name. Paul wants to know if he can gerrymander to increase his winning opportunity, drawing a map around the chat room. Fahima says that there's a museum in the Bronx dedicated to the birthplace of hip-hop. Okay, that's their truth. All right? And I'm going to build a museum in Watts. And I'm going to build another museum in, I don't know, Senegal. I mean, the birthplace of hip-hop itself is nebulous. It's a tradition that comes from the griots of Africa, the poets of Newark and Watts. I just don't accept hard and fast, DJ Kool Herc. I know it may be an unpopular opinion, but guess what? I don't care. I've been there for a lot of it, so I have a right to my own observation. Thank you very much. I'm a daughter of one of the OGs. Come on now. I don't have to agree with y'all. In fact, sometimes it's my job to disagree with y'all. Call me if you want to say it to my face. 800-920-1580. But Miles, you clearly are buying the August 11th. What is it? 1973.
It just makes sense. That's it. I'm just makes
It's
sense.
convenient.
Just knowing hip hop.
I don't know if it makes sense. It's convenient.
Look, just knowing hip hop, how I know hip hop, she seems like a Leo. So you know what I mean. I'm not gonna argue
But
with
why
Big
not?
Mama.
1862. Like, we don't know. All right. Y'all
Argue with
wanna
Big
say
Mama.
that?
Look, I accept her. Whatever Big Mama's.
We'll celebrate
Big Mama said her birthday is. I'm gonna go ahead and just go with her.
So go with what DJ Premier said. All right.
DJ Premier.
Somebody in here, who was it? Somebody was asking me to speak on spray can art as a piece of the graffiti puzzle. I wanted to quote what Daniel Samir Sirin said because I really liked it. Please remember there are many pathways to claiming our warriorship besides violence and aggression. Speaking on this Mars in Libra dynamic, he says, a true warrior can work within peaceful dynamics and sustain peace and grace within self. Absolutely, I agree with that. It's like the true martial artist, right? The true warrior has emotional management, has control. That's a true warrior. I can't remember who it was. Somebody in this chat, this thing won't let me scroll, asked me to speak on graffiti, or spray can art, as we used to call it, as part of the culture. And I think it's misunderstood and overlooked in some ways, even though it's obviously very much a part of pop culture and hip hop, because it's easy to just categorize it as vandalism. And I'm putting air quotes around vandalism because I'm not talking about tagging where you just spray your gang or, I'm talking about spray can art. And it's harder to make that distinction in LA because there's so much tagging that is just really associated with people's beefs and crossing out their names and all that good stuff. But as far as the spray can art, I'm originally from the Bay, which is the home of some amazing turntablists, graffiti art, and of course MCs, right?
And breakdancers.
And breakdancers for sure. Now, and so is LA, by the way.
Sure.
I mean, but I'm just saying where I came up in it. And also having family on the East Coast, so we would travel there sometimes. My mom would go there for poetry. That's how I got firmly rooted in hip hop so early, because I was a little kid. I was like 13. My mom was taking me to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, and they were rapping and breakdancing. And I came back home like, looking for this. Where is this happening in my community? Spray can art or graffiti is part of hip hop culture, and it is art. It is not vandalism. It has inspired, and it's so crazy to me when people put a whole beautiful mural on these abandoned trash corporate buildings in downtown LA. They want to call it vandalism and put cops there to protect the buildings. But that same exact art, if a gentrifier put it in a museum and charged you $1 million for it, would be considered a work of art. That shows you the hypocrisy, not just toward graffiti art, but toward the whole culture, right? When a guy on the street sags their pants and wears bandanas 12 different ways, it's thuggery. When Yves Saint Laurent copies it, it's high fashion. So that's a mindset. And I think that's the mindset that we must be relentless in attacking. No, that's my culture. That is art. It is expression. It is just as legit as any other art. And in fact, is influencing the so-called museum art from day one till today. Not just on trains and on walls, on canvases. I remember back in the day we had, I can't remember, this was probably maybe 1990, 91. We had a graffiti contest for my show Home Turf. I used to have this show called Home Turf, this is real retrograde-y, which was a television show, a very early hip-hop television show, long before Yo MTV Raps or 106 in Park. And it was me on Home Turf and Lunel on Soul Beat. And theirs was more like a music video show. Ours was original content, but they were both early hip-hop adapters. We had a graffiti art contest, and people sent in on pieces of cardboard, on canvas, on whatever they had, shirts. And we ended up having first, second, and third prize. And at the time it was controversial because we were rewarding vandalism. But we didn't care. What's crazy is that of all the aspects of hip hop, in a way, this remains the most controversial. People have a hard time saying it's art. They want to call it vandalism. It's art. And we need to insist that this part of the culture receives the respect that it is due, because it has impacted imagery, visualization, graphic arts design, fashion, worldwide. My friends, I rest my case. Love to hear from you. 800-920-1580. We're celebrating hip hop's alleged birthday and Miles's actual birthday. It's on the birth certificate. Happy Leo season to all my Leo loves from KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Nearly 7 million Americans aged 65 and older are living with Alzheimer's disease, also known as AD, a type of dementia that affects memory, thinking, and behavior, making everyday tasks challenging. But did you know that black adults aged 65 and older are twice as likely as white adults to develop AD? There are things you can do to help reduce your risk for developing AD. Managing conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure is crucial. Staying physically active, maintaining social connections, eating a healthy diet, and keeping your mind engaged with activities like reading or puzzles can all contribute to brain health. It's also important to recognize some common signs and symptoms of early AD, such as forgetfulness that causes problems with everyday life, asking the same question a few times in a row, and difficulty concentrating on basic tasks. If you see these signs in yourself or a loved one, don't wait. Early diagnosis and intervention are key to managing AD effectively. To learn more about AD and a potential treatment option, visit treatallzearly.com. That's treatallzearly.com. This message is brought to you by AZI.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for. For this free information, call 800-433-8909. 800-433-8909. That's 800-433-8909. Or simply visit godra.com.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
And we are celebrating hip hop's birthday with special guest me. As Linda J would say, I was there for some of it. I even used to be a rapper, but no, I will not play any of my rap not hits in honor of hip hop's birthday. We currently have an investigation going on, though. I believe I may be the first woman on the West Coast to actually have recorded a rap.
Put it in a museum. You are the first one, Dominique. Yes.
I mean, shoot, it's possible. I haven't found anyone earlier.
Me neither.
Okay, so I'm moving towards getting a title Why not? You know what? I know that I was an early adapter. I know that hip hop, like I said, probably loves me more than I love it. And I love hip hop so much. And I'm having a real renaissance right now. It's helping me through the Trump era in the best way. It's just immersing myself in the incredible new stuff that's coming out. And the amazing thing is, whether it's 60 years, 70 years, 50 years, 52 years, like y'all say, the amazing thing is that so much new talent continues to come out. Like year after year, there's another. Yeah, there's a lot of trash. But there's a lot of gold, too. A lot of gold. I mean, if you really start listening to what these brothers and sisters are saying, and then I find out about it some different underground or overground rapper that I didn't know about, seems like every day, that has a good song or 3 or 10. Yeah.
Oh, now we multiply, baby.
It's inspiring. It's good. It's good, good, good. And I love what Alonzo said from World Class Wrecking Crew. And he said on this show, no ugly baby syndrome. You know, I look back and I listen to my rhymes and I was like, oh, God, that's so corny. But at the time, in the context of that time, it was fire. So it's, you know, you might look back 10, 20 years from now and say, wow, that was really an old flow. But at the time, in the context of the time, it was, you know, in step with what was happening and maybe even a step ahead.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's the beauty of sticking with hip hop and, you know, growing and maturing through it, is you get to have those type of, you know, ideas as you're creating. You know, I think there was a point in time where you didn't know how long hip hop was going to be here for. So you know what I mean? You don't have a futuristic point of view on it. So I get to create now thinking, how am I going to sound in 20 years, you know?
Well, the thing about it is, I knew it was going to be around, but I didn't know this long. The reason I say that is because every year the television station used to ask me if it was going away and should we pivot to something else. Their suggestion was usually rock and roll. And I would say no. Okay, let's go to Carolyn calling us from LA.
Hi, Dominique. How are you?
I'm blessed. What's on your mind?
In your comment as to graffiti being art.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, if you drive down the 10 freeway or going west or east, you're going to see all that graffiti, all this writing and stuff, and all these bold colors and stuff, and these bold letters, you know, saying, you don't know what they mean, you know, and that's not art to me. It is graffiti. The owners of those buildings, they have to pay a fine for that if they don't get that off, you know. And I have seen where they have the graffiti, and I by there again, and then it's off, and then no sooner than it's off, it's back on again. That's not art. It is vandalism. You know?
Well, you know what, Carolyn, we're going to agree. We're going to agree to disagree, because I understand that building owners have to get that off. And I also make the distinction between just tagging, just, you know, writing your gang name and actually doing a piece of art. But why is it more offensive to you to see someone who drew a spray can art than somebody who puts up a big old billboard advertising that's, you know, not even giving you any culture with it?
Well, the billboards they're just advertising, you know, what's going on.
Why is that
or
less
whatever.
offensive?
That's a different story.
Why is that less offensive than actual art?
Because it's not writing on somebody else's property. It's advertisement that's paid for a company.
So it's all about respecting the capitalist boundaries of who paid for what?
No, it's not that. It's advertising. You know, just like if you look in a magazine or anything else, like where they're advertising something, that's what that is.
Gotcha. Well, we'll just agree to disagree, Carolyn. So you would like to see it abolished altogether?
Excuse me now?
You would like to see it abolished
Say it
altogether?
again?
You would like to see us get rid of all graffiti art, just make it disappear?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're definitely going to agree to disagree on that. I don't want anyone to tag up your house or do a mural where you don't want one, but graffiti art is art just because it's inconvenient for a homeowner, or most of it is on public property, to be clear. That doesn't mean it's not art just because it's inconvenient.
Would you like somebody to come right on where you live?
Well, if they do a beautiful mural, then I'd be okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, right, you're right. We agree to disagree.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate the call. Did you want to land for me, Carolyn?
Like they've done on mine. I don't like that.
Got it.
It's against the law. It's not right. It's disrespect. Find something else. Like you say, I have seen mirrors where there's beautiful art on something that it's like a building that's like abandoned somewhere.
Like the two skyscrapers downtown. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to give you a second to land.
Not that. No.
Not that. Understood. Okay,
no.
I got your point, Carolyn. You hate it. You wish it would go away. Appreciate the call.
Yes.
Hope you'll call me again.
On somebody else's property.
Got it. Hope you'll call me again. We're going to just agree to disagree. Art can't be illegal. And our definitions of what is and is not art, for me, cannot be based on who owns a thing or who has more money. Artists are going to express themselves. That's what they do. But I get it. I hope they don't spray up your place. As for those 2 graffiti towers in downtown LA, the city needs to just seize them through eminent domain, let the graffiti artists finish, get the whole things covered in art, and then make them into very affordable and or unhoused person supportive housing and keep it pushing. And then make people pay to come and see our graffiti towers. Lean into the culture. Quit acting like you don't love it. And if you don't, I get it. She has a right to her opinion. Murals and graffiti are not the same, says our one of our well, I'm not even going to give it a name. Okay. And Jalen says vandalism. That's your opinion. And I understand, people paint over what they don't like. I believe if we give more public space and recognition to those graffiti artists, then they wouldn't be tagging on freeways. But I'd rather see a beautiful graffiti mural on a freeway or a public wall than just crumbling paint and degradation. I love art. Art is inspirational. Art gets us going. Art keeps us creative. It's not all about the corporate right of way. It never has been for me. Never will be. Art is rebellion. It's not always going to color inside the lines of the coloring book. That's not art. Art comes with inconvenience, rebellion, and funk. Happy birthday, hip-hop, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News. Now, as students return back to school, parents will likely post lots of pictures and videos on social media platforms. Kira Delville with the Miami Police say there are some pieces of information parents may want to leave out.
Avoid putting your child's full name. Avoid putting the name